Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into a concept called God's restorative discipline.
That's right. It's based on a daily devotion, specifically looking at Hosea chapter 2.
Yeah, verses 2 through 23. And there's a key verse they pull out, Hosea 2:20. I will betroth you in faithfulness, and you will acknowledge the Lord.
Which really sets the stage.
So our aim here is to, unpack what this devotional actually means by God's discipline. How does it connect to restoration?
Exactly. And offer some maybe food for thought for you listening.
Yeah.
Because discipline, just God is like actively engaging, not just to punish, but to guide us back.
Back to a healthy relationship.
Yes, it's all about restoration. And interestingly, it presents this as something available like right now. Today.
Okay, so let's start there. The first idea they call when God says, come back. The core thought is God pursues, disciplines, and draws us near, not out of anger, but out of love, aiming for restoration.
It's a big shift in perspective, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seeing potential hardship or correction, not as rejection, but as, well, a form of love.
Definitely. So how does that view change how we might look at, say, challenges we face if it's restorative love?
Well, the devotional uses this analogy from Hosea Israel, chasing after idols, forgetting God provided everything.
Right, forgetting the source.
Exactly. And God's response, like blocking their paths, taking away the things they wrongly found joy in, isn't presented as just, divine temper.
It's framed as intervention.
Precisely. Intervention to stop them from causing deeper harm to themselves.
Yeah.
To reveal the truth. The intent is key. It's about saving, not destroying.
Okay, that leads straight into the next point. God's discipline opens our eyes.
Yeah. The idea here is that sometimes when we prioritize other things, could be anything really over God.
He might step in.
He might step in, maybe remove those things, or make them less appealing, not arbitrarily, but to help us see where we've drifted.
Like a course correction. It's the purpose that stands out, showing us what we've maybe started depending on more than him.
Right. And it encourages us to pay attention. When something that's taking God's place gets removed or disrupted, maybe pause.
Instead of just getting frustrated.
Yes. Maybe even welcome that little nudge, that conviction as a sign of care. Ask that question, okay, what am I really leaning on right now?
And to let any sort of pain or difficulty point us towards reflection, towards maybe repentance.
Instead of pushing us away, yeah, let it draw you back in.
Okay, so discipline isn't the end of the story. The next lesson is God's love writes a better ending.
This is crucial. Discipline in this view is never the final word. It's actually positioned as an invitation.
An invitation to what?
To a new beginning.
Yeah.
A fresh start. The devotional uses imagery of God leading us somewhere quiet, speaking gently.
Ah, like that verse about being betrothed again.
Exactly. Promising lasting joy, peace, love.
Yeah.
Even after the correction, the focus immediately shifts to deepening the relationship, to hope.
So the goal isn't just to, fix the behavior.
No, it's much deeper. It's about that intimate connection, that faithful relationship, that true acknowledging of God mentioned in the verse.
So practically, how does one live that out?
Well, the devotional suggests simple things, like intentionally creating space to actually hear God, turning off some noise.
Makes sense.
And holding on to faith that, bad days or difficult seasons aren't the whole story. Celebrating the mercy involved in being called back.
And maybe even helping others see that hope too.
Absolutely. Sharing that belief in God's restorative hope for them as well.
So if we boil it all down, the core takeaway is God disciplines to bring us home, ultimately.
Yes. And he delights in restoring us, in showing love. That's the heart of it. Discipline aimed at restoration.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you to maybe reflect on. Think about a time in your life when something felt like it was taken away, or maybe a door closed, a path was blocked.
Could you, perhaps looking back now, see that moment differently? Maybe as a redirection, an opportunity for a deeper understanding you wouldn't have gained otherwise?
It's interesting to consider, isn't it?
How might reframing that experience, seeing it through this lens of restorative intent, change how you feel about it today? Just some food for thought. Thanks for exploring this with us.